Madam, kindly permit the portal at bd.ac.in as participant, ma'am, through which ID we are going to live stream it on YouTube.
Okay.
Mr. Aragraj is left now. Said you permit portal.
Okay. Madam Principal, Madam, can we start?
Okay, tell me, can start.
Good afternoon, participants. Now we are going to have our welcome address by the most respected principal of our college. Please, over to principal.
Audio not clear, Geeta.
Audio not clear.
Now it's
Is it
okay.
clear now, madam?
Now clear. Okay.
Dear participants, now we are going to have welcome address by our respected principal, Dr. Ulagi madam.
A warm good afternoon to one and all. My greetings to all participants. First of all, I would like to extend my cordial appreciation to Dr. Geeta, Head of the Department of Computer Science, and her team for organizing this webinar. On behalf of our college, I welcome Mr. Anand, Network Engineer, Bharathidasan University, Tiruchirappalli, for accepting our request to deliver a lecture on e-content. I also welcome all the participants and this webinar. As teachers, as we are teachers, we have to learn new things using new technologies. The main objective of this webinar is to sensitize the teaching faculties about the advantages of e-contents for better learning outcomes. I wish this webinar all success, and once again, I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Now, let me introduce our resource person, Mr. Anand Balaji. Mr. Anand Balaji is a Microsoft certified professional and Cisco certified network associate, presently working as a network engineer. He earned his MSc Mathematics, MS Information Technology degrees and postgraduate diploma in Computer Science Applications from Bharathidasan University. He has been working at Bharathidasan University since 2000. He has played a key role in the establishment of UGC Infonet program in the university and bringing the university to rank 1 in state level and 10th rank in national level. He has conducted awareness programs in various colleges in accessing e-resources under the UGC Infonet program. He has actively contributed to the massive development of the University Informatics Center in various aspects. The major projects he involved are DSpace, campus-wide wireless network, digital library, the establishment of the computing lab in the University Informatics Center, and the enrichment of the university's official websites. He has a role in the development of the Thuvadi Kachiyagam Manuscript Gallery, Center for Knowledge Repository, NPTEL channel at Bharathidasan University, Learning Management System website using HTML, CSS, jQuery, and PHP. He contributed his service for developing e-submit portal for the Center for Distance Education CDE and also developed a new microsite for the CDE. He has served as a member of Internal Quality Assurance Cell and member of Board of Studies for skill-based courses in various colleges. Thank you, sir, for presenting us a nice webinar on e-content development.
Thank you, ma'am. Shall we start now?
Yes, sir, we can start.
Ma'am, the YouTube streaming link has been sent to your email ID, ma'am.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you.
Somebody is sharing the screen, please stop sharing.
Rajasaman R, please stop presenting the screen.
எனக்கு அந்த இது மவுஸ் PowerPoint. Yeah. Respected Principal Madam of Periyar Government Arts College, Kadalur, respected Head of the Department of Computer Science and the IQAC Coordinator of Periyar Arts College, Dr. Geeta Madam, faculty members of Department of Computer Science, members of IQAC, Professor Rajkumar Sir of Zoology Department, who is instrumental in inviting me to this webinar as a resource person, and respected participants. Very good afternoon to one and all. Thank you for your overwhelming response for the registration of this webinar. The 250 count has been filled within the 3 hours of opening the registration. So thank you for that response. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir. We can
Can you
hear
hear me? My voice is audible?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Can you see my presentation, ma'am, sharing?
Yes. Everybody should pin Mr. Anand Balaji's presentation. Sir, please announce that.
Okay. See, every participant has to pin my ID, Anand Balaji, so that you can view my presentation. If anyone, please unmute and say yes. Then I can proceed. Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay, before getting into this e-content development subject, we have to see some recap of the technology, what we had the previous time and what we have present. The technology has been introduced in the education sector of India almost 20 years ago. The participants in the 40+ age will know in starting of 80s, we have only one channel, Doordarshan, which will telecast UGC sponsored higher education program lecture at 11 o'clock every day. தமிழ்ல சொல்லணும்னா பல்கலைக்கழக மானிய குழு உதவியுடன் வழங்கக்கூடிய உயர்கல்வி நிகழ்ச்சி அப்படின்னு இருக்கு. Is it not? So e-learning concept has been initiated in the early 80s of early 80s in India, and into the education sector, creating the e-learning concept and e-content development has been discussed around 20 years ago. At the time, the usage was not too high. When UGC Infonet project was introduced in 2003, in all universities has been given access to e-resources from various journals. The usage in the university level is very low. Even the university has extended the facility to all the colleges by providing a separate email ID, separate login ID to access the e-resources under Springer Link websites. The usage was not too high because of the infrastructure facilities was not there at the user level. University has the facility, university has the access, university has extended the facilities to the colleges. But the colleges will have only one computer with internet facility. That too was placed in the principal's room. To access to that system was restricted. So that the usage of e-learning resources, e-resources, even though it has been provided to all the colleges, the usage was very not too high because of the lack of infrastructure facilities. After entry of broadband facility to the colleges, and now we have a gigabit internet, gigabit fiber internet facility to all the universities and colleges. So access to e-resources is easier now because the infrastructure is growing and we are well equipped with the infrastructure facilities. Even though we have also internet facility at our home, at our college, at our universities, everything, but how effectively we are utilizing the facility towards the education? That is a very big question mark. But now the pandemic COVID-19 has forced every sector of the society to use the digital platforms. In the olden days, if I want to do a skill-based program, skill-based course, or to learn a personality development course, I have to go to the computer center or to a coaching center to learn that, to undergo the course. Now everything is coming to our home through the massive open online courses. So every courses are at our footstep, in mobile, in laptop. By sitting at home, we can learn. So the impact, even though facilities we have 3 months before, but effective utilization is coming to scenario only after the impact of COVID-19. And for the colleges, organizing an international or national level seminar is not an easy work. The faculty members, the in charge of the seminars, have to work for at least for 6 months duration to organize the seminar, to arrangements, to invite the speakers, to invite the participants, registration, everything will take minimum 6 months work. But because of the technology, we are conducting webinars instead of seminars, so that the arrangement of webinar is much easier and much cost effective when compared to the live seminars. As an impact of this COVID-19 pandemic, we are here virtually gathered. I am from my office presenting my presentation, and you are from at your workplace or at home attending this webinar. So we are virtually gathered here. So before getting into that, we have to see the technology developments, communication, evolution of technology, communication technology. Ancient times, people wrote on the palm leaves, and then cloths, and then letters, then communicate through telephones. And when mobile phone came into the scenario, we use satellites and now internet. And we don't know what next. More powerful tool than internet will come in future to change everything. In my personal experience, I will share one thing. My father was a retired army officer who is working mostly in Kashmir and Punjab. He used to come home once in a year for 1 month leave. In the 30 days, 5 to 6 days will go up in travel. We don't know when he started. We don't know when he will reach. And after he depart from our home, we don't know when he will reach. It will take 3 days time for him to reach this workplace and write a letter. I reached safely. That letter will reach us after 5 to 6 days. So that 10 days we will wait in full tension whether to know whether my father has reached his workplace or not. Now, every moment we are connected through mobile technology. Every moment we are connected. Wherever we live, wherever we work, wherever we live, we are very close. We are standing next using mobile technology. We are making video call. We are attending through video meetings and all. So the technology has changed our lifestyle very much. So now we have to see the information communication technology, the impact. Initially, we had classroom lectures. Then we went for industrial training to know new things. When e-learning was stepped into our education sector, most of the things can be done through videos and audios. And now online education. Government has insisted the top 100 universities of our country to offer online degrees after this COVID-19 pandemic. Now the flipped room concept is into the scenario. Flipped room concept is being discussed for more than a couple of years. See, teacher has to create a video tutorial and give it to the students. Students will study at home at the time of their convenience. And once in a fortnight or once in a month, they have to visit the colleges to discuss and clarify their doubts. See, the home will become a college class, and the college will become a leisure place or to discuss with the teachers. So this is the flipped classroom concept. Now it is being executed in school levels. Schools have started the next academic year classes through video conferencing facility. This is an impact of information communication technology presently. Okay. With this, we are into the content. One second, please. So, e-content development. What is e-content development include? Not only creating e-learning materials. So, creating e-learning material is a module, and we have to deliver the e-content to the students. Okay, what is an e-content now? If you search in the internet, thousands of websites will give a definition of e-content. All are same. E-content is termed as electronic content that include text, images, graphics, animations, audio, and video. That is a multimedia components. In this, e-component will be of text alone, text and images alone, or audio and video alone, or combination of all, or in any single element. So this e-content will be delivered offline in the classrooms. You prepare a PowerPoint presentation, you add some graphics, some bar charts, some analysis data, some videos into the PowerPoint, and take it in a pen drive or CD, go to the classroom, put it in the LCD projector. You can display the contents in the classrooms. Instead of chalk and talk method, you can use ICT facility to deliver the content to the students offline. Offline means at the classroom or through websites. If you are not able to go to the classrooms due to some reasons like this pandemic, you can create your e-content and post on the websites or in YouTube or in Facebook so that the student can have access to that e-content. See, if I have a hard copy of a book or material which I have written or typed and printed in my hand, if I give a copy to my next person, I don't have that book. He will have the copy. So in the hard copy of materials, a transfer of document is possible, but the owner of the document doesn't have that. Now this e-content, it can be transferable from one devices to another. If I give a copy of my e-content to another person, I will also have a copy of it. So duplicating the contents, duplicating the materials is so easy. So we are going to see the tools. This webinar will concentrate on the tools. How to create the text, images, videos, and manipulating with audios, and how to present it online. So I'm not going to put hundreds of slides. I'm not going to put chunks of data onto your mind. So I will, at the end of this session, I will explain you about few important tools to create text, presentation, images, and videos, and how to present it on the web. So tools for the creating text. Simply we know whatever the operating system we use, either Windows 90, Windows XP, or Windows 7 or Windows 10, we use MS Word by default. It is the universal text editor. You can, even you write a letter, you leave letter, whatever it may be, you will write in MS Word. MS Word is a very good document editor. And then for presentation, you use PowerPoint. Simple. And for spreadsheet analysis data, you use Microsoft Excel. And OpenOffice is the combination. Microsoft products are licensed. We are using it as a cracked version. MS Word, PowerPoint, Excel are licensed, but OpenOffice is an open. It has open license in Linux. If you are using Linux operating system, OpenOffice org from site OpenOffice software will be given to you at free of cost. So these are the text. So for Microsoft Word and PowerPoint, I think you don't need any demo on that. So you know how to work with MS Office. Okay, next important thing is to see images and graphics tool. See, if you are creating a e-content, you have to give the logo text or any title, images, banners to start the document in the first page. You can use Paint. So much of image. You don't need to create any images for any topic. If you go on Google, you will be getting thousands and thousands of images, which is relevant to your keyword of search. Okay. After that, you have to add your college name or your personal name as a title into that image. For that, we need to go for an image editing software. By default, in Windows, Paint software is there, and after Windows 10, one Paint 3D module is added. It's a wonderful software, where you can add the text into the images transparently without affecting the background of the image. But only one drawback is that if you once close and save the image file, you cannot edit it back. If you want to change any of the contents, you cannot edit it. So this is the one drawback with Paint and Paint 3D, but it's a freeware. Another one is Drawpad and GIMP. These both tools are freeware, and Adobe Photoshop is a very powerful tool for image editing, but it is licensed. So in any of my lecture, if anybody asks me for suggestion to name some tools, I won't give any licensed software tool because investment will be heavy on Adobe Photoshop and Adobe products. So we can take Drawpad, which is created by NCH Limited of Australia, which will be providing you so many open source softwares. It is licensed, but the trial version will run forever. Without any disturbance, the trial version will run forever. So we will see about the Drawpad in the later sessions. And then for animation tools. So for animation is the moving object, 3D animation, you can use Blender software as free. Free software, Art of Illusion, Express Animate, these are the free softwares available in the internet. And Adobe Flash is one of the famous. So excuse me, participants, someone is sharing your screen, please. Stop your sharing and pin to Anand Balaji's presentation. If you don't stop sharing, my presentation will be hide. Can you hear me? Anyone, please? Geeta ma'am?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Fine.
Narayana Swami Raja, stop presenting.
So for engineering animation, you can use 3D engineering animation software, which is available free at Play Store of Google Play Store. See, many e-content development can be done now through your mobile phone itself, which I will explain later in this session. I will name some of the tools, not all, because hundreds of tools are there for every component. I will give you some very easy to use software names in this session. Then audio editing tools. See, when you have a mobile phone at your hand, it is very easy to record your voice. No, before the entry of mobile phone into our life, we have to use a microphone or mic in the system. We have to keep our mouth very close to that mic to record an audio. That will be of so much of disturbance. If you sit under a fan, the fan oozing sound will be there in the audio. But in the mobile phone, we are using mobile audio recorder, sound recorder app. Multiple apps are there in Play Store. You can download and install it so that your voice can be clearly recorded in that. Apart from that, if you want to edit, this is on mobile phone. If you want to edit a song or edit music to add it to your e-content, You can use some softwares like WebPad, Sound Editor, which is also a freeware from NCH software, and it is licensed also. It is licensed, but the freeware will run forever. Then SoundForge, Audacity. Audacity is the most famous software. Most of the academic institutions are using it, and many more apps are available in the Play Store for audio editing. You can do it on mobile itself, as I said earlier. So we will see a demo of WebPad also in this session. Then video. So the video editing is VideoPad. VideoPad is also free, but video editing is not required for e-content development, because we are not going to manipulate any video on that. So we need to know how to record a video. That video will consist of your presentation in the foreground and the audio in the background. Okay. No need to show your face also. If you want to have your face, your speaking video will be on the top of presentation, and your slides on the foreground and your voice on the background. We can use some other software called OBS software. So Vegas is VideoPad is the free software from NCH, and Vegas is the licensed software, which is very helpful for video editing tools. So this is the website snapshot of NCH software. See here, most of the multimedia related softwares are given as open source. Even though it is licensed, as I said earlier, the trial version will run forever. The audio, then the graphics, the utilities, video, and the multi-track audio software, audio mixing. So a professional kind of stuff are there. So, but for creating e-content for a curriculum, we don't need to have a very high configuration, powerful software. We are not going to do any Bahubali kind of stuff here. So we are going to add some voices, add some videos to our e-content, and converting the document into video. This is what we are focusing on. So are you able to follow me? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Any feedback?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Yeah, thank you. So live demo is scheduled at the end of this presentation. Okay. See, you have created e-content. Okay, I have a document, I have a PowerPoint presentation, I have a video. Okay, I have. How to present it to the students? That is very important. In the olden days, we used to use a floppy disk of 1.2 MB, 1.4 MB. The participants with the age of 40 plus will know a very big plate-sized floppy disk we hold. And now then the CD has come 700 MB, and DVD has come with 4.7 GB, and we have pen drive now up to 128 GB and more than that. Above all, we have a cloud storage now. No need to carry any devices. No need to carry any devices. Create your e-content and place it in your drive. There is cloud storage. Google, the list of cloud storage are given here. Google Drive. With every Gmail account, you will be provided with 15 GB of space of Google Drive. So open your Gmail interface, go to the right top corner, there will be 9 dots, click that, one drive icon will be there. You click the drive, the Google Drive page will open for your account. You can upload the files there, any size of file within 15 GB of account. If your college is having G Suite, the storage will be unlimited. This 15 GB storage is for only individual accounts. At gmail.com, IDs will have 15 GB storage per ID. If you have multiple Gmail IDs, Gmail addresses, you will have n into 15. Then Microsoft, if you go for Hotmail or live.com email ID, OneDrive is the cloud storage of Microsoft Hotmail account.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Your presentation is not visible, sir.
So you pin the Anand Balaji presentation, sir. My name is Anand Balaji. You go to the participant list and pin my ID so that my presentation will be shown to you. Anyone having any problem, sir? Can you hear me?
No problem, sir.
Yes, sir. It's very clear.
No problem.
Okay. Ma'am. So with every Gmail ID, you will be getting 15 GB of cloud storage. Every Microsoft ID, that is Hotmail ID or Live.com ID, you will be getting 5 GB of storage with every Microsoft account. Another one cloud storage provider is there, MediaFire. You can register with any of email account. They will be giving 10 GB of storage in MediaFire cloud storage account. And one more powerful drive is there, Amazon Drive, but it is not free. It will be giving 14 days trial license. After that, you have to pay. So we don't suggest any commercial based cloud storage for anybody. If you are running a corporate account, corporate storage, Unity corporate storage, you can go for Amazon Drive. So simple. You create any content, store in Drive. Wherever you go, if you have internet connectivity, log into your OneDrive account, download the material, and share the material. So this is the way to carry the contents wherever. It's a centralized storage. No need to care. No need to copy. Don't. If you forget, if you copy the contents in pen drive and I forget it, to carry the pen drive wherever I go, then everything is lost. So if the content is on E drive, wherever I go, I can log into my account and download the materials or share the materials on the web itself. Oh, so it is pen drives era is over. Now we are using Sky drives, that is cloud storages like Google Drive, OneDrive, and MediaFire. And then there is a systematic platform for sharing your e-contents. One is Google Classroom. Google Classroom is also free. When you just log into your Google account and go to the top 9-dot icon, click that, where some YouTube, Drive, Meet, and Google Classroom will be there. In G Suite account, it will be added compulsorily. So you can share your contents, you can add teachers, you can add students, you can assign students to teachers, you can give assignments to the candidates. They can upload the assignments, you can evaluate and declare the results there. So much of classroom required facilities are there in Google Classroom. It's a virtual classroom. It's a wonderful development of Google. So even you can, college faculty members, you can try Google Classroom to distribute the contents to the students. Then Moodle is an learning management system wherein you can, similar kind of stuff you can do it Moodle. Another two learning management systems are Blackboard and Talent SMS. So we are using Moodle and Google Classroom in our university. And also we suggest to colleges which have Google G Suite, subscribe like Periyar College of Arts and Science, and many of the colleges in our area, Akunda Nature College and Government College for Women, they have G Suite subscription, so that they are using Google Classroom for distribution of e-contents to the students. You can try Moodle also. So after creating the content, before making it as a digital one, that is video, before converting into video, the faculty, the most of the participants are faculty members, I believe. So I suggest few points to enhance the quality of your content. Even though we most of the very faculty members are good at technical and writing, see, error is human. We may miss out some punctuations, some grammatical mistakes. In a flow, we used to use the words datas, peoples. These two words are commonly used. Data is a plural word. Data means the singular. People is the plural word. But in a flow, we are not purposely doing it. In a flow, we used to use these type of words in typing. So you have to check the grammar, because you're going to distribute it publicly to the students. The contents and the quality of writing will decide our quality. So before finalizing it, whatever you are good at writing, do a grammar check. In previous days, we used to give the document to our friends or colleagues or some English teacher for evaluation. Nowadays, everybody is running out of time, and we don't have time to share it with others also. so that we can use these listed grammar checking software. Grammarly and Ginger is a very good one. It's a free. And Grammar Check is an online editor. Online editor means you can copy and paste the content of the web. The box is given there. It will check the error and tell you. But Ginger and Grammarly can be installed as a plugin. If you install it, automatically in a Word document, in the right corner, the green color button will come. Use Grammarly. After typing it, if you click that, that will check each and every line for punctuation, spelling mistake, grammar mistakes, everything, and it will suggest a correct one in the right side. Just you can click it and update it. It's a very useful software. In this, I want to share one personal experience. My wife got a PhD degree last year, December. We submitted the PhD thesis in November. Before that, we are running very short of time. We don't have any contact of English teacher who will evaluate the grammar mistakes at a very short time. So we use Ginger and Grammarly. Wonderfully, it has suggested the mistakes, and within 3-4 hours, the entire 250 pages of thesis has been corrected by the software. And we received a very positive comment from the evaluators, foreign examiners, that content was written very well. Thanks to Ginger and Grammarly for effective evaluation of the grammatical mistakes and spelling punctuations in the thesis. So it is very effective and useful. Even you can use it for writing some normal letters. Punctuation, spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes are wonderfully corrected by these softwares. And Reverso Speller is also an online software. Okay. For delivering the contents, as I told earlier, you have to share through Google Drive or OneDrive. Or if you want beyond curriculum, you are writing some articles, and if you want to share it with others through a public domain, having separate website. Having separate website will involve little bit of money. At least 3,000 to 5,000 rupees per annum you have to spend for the name and space. Wherein the blogging sites, these are the 4 blogging sites: Blogspot, WordPress, Wix, and Weebly are the blogging sites where you can create your own free websites. But the name blogspot.com will be added to your name. If I am Anand, if I want to start a blog site in the name of Anand, now my blogger name will be, website name will be anand.blogspot.com, anand.wordpress.com, anand.wix.com, like that. So if you don't want that any other name to be included in your name, you have to register for a separate domain in .in and .org. It will be costing around 700 rupees per year, and get a space of 1 GB for 4,000 or 5,000. You will be having your own website. If you are a developer, no need to go for development cost and all, you can do it on your own. So for free of cost, you can utilize these facilities. It will be a LMS. They will be providing a boxes, just you post the content, post the title, automatically the web page will be designed. So it is very wonderful blogging sites. These 4 sites are very wonderful blogging sites. And I prefer WordPress and Blogspot as a wonderful one. Okay. So now we have listed the softwares, the storages, the presentation websites, blogs, and all. Now we have to create, we are preparing the text on Word document. Absolutely no problem. We will see how to create, manipulate images. If you are getting the ready-made images, nothing, just copy and paste the images into your presentation or into your Word document. Okay. Now, to record a video with the slides, images in your foreground and your voice in background. That is a big challenge here. Okay. We'll see how to do it. Screen recording option is one of the wonderful options we have in mobiles. So many softwares are there in Play Store, Google Play Store. You can search for X Recorder, sound recorder. It will be of rating 4.7. You can just download and install it. You start the recorder, and start your presentation, you speak, everything will be recorded as a video. When you stop recording, that will be stored in your video storage, in your mobile storage. A very simple way of creating video slides using mobile. I will do a demo for that also. So before going for any recording, you have to prepare the presentation first. Keep it on your device, whether it is a laptop or mobile or in cloud storage, I prefer. Start the recorder, open the presentation, start your speech. The photos will be in the foreground and your voice will be in the background. After completing your speech, stop the sharing. The video will be ready. So this we are planning to do this demo for some image editing, audio editing, and then creating a video in the system and also creating a video using mobile phones. Thank you. Okay. I will take 2 minutes break to prepare the editing software. Please stay tuned.
Meanwhile, can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Sir, I am Dr. Sukhneet Suri from Delhi University.
Okay, ma'am.
I need some help. I have recorded my voice in one of my presentations.
Okay.
I also have a video in which I have done my live recording, and it is on Apple phone.
Okay.
I want to merge my video and the presentation together. So
Okay.
how can I do that? Because I tried, uploading the Apple video on the presentation, but it is not happening.
Okay. We can do it through video editing, madam. You download a video file from your Apple iPhone
Hmm.
and also the audio files.
Hmm.
Using a video editing software, we can mix. It's called video audio mixing, madam.
Mm-hmm.
In the foreground, the audio will be merged with that video. We can do it through some video editing software. I will suggest you in the session.
Okay, thank you, sir. I would like to know which software can I use in my laptop so that I can merge my Apple video with the PowerPoint presentation in which I have a voiceover.
Okay. You are mentioning that Apple video. It's what format is that video, madam? MP4 or MKV or AVI?
Sir, it is in Apple. I do not know the details. In Apple phone, I have recorded my live video on a topic.
Okay,
And
ma'am. You are using Apple iPhone to record the video. That is different. In what format please check in what format the video has been stored in your mobile.
okay. And then I let you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will share your email ID. You just post your doubts there. We will be giving solutions to you.
Okay, sir. I would like to have your email ID if it is okay.
Yeah. I will let you know, ma'am, in the end of presentation.
Okay, thank you.
Let's make an announcement.
Yes.
Everybody should pin Mr. Anand Balaji presentation, not Anand Balaji.
Mr. Nagendra Mishra, you are presenting something?
கேமரா கேட்டு வரீங்க கேமரா கொஞ்சம் கட்டுக்கொண்டு அதான் செட்டு வச்சுருந்தீங்க
Mr. Nagendra Mishra, stop presenting.
Is my presentation visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
See, I am using Drawpad software. Okay. Drawpad software for image editing. This is from NCH. It is a freeware. It's a trial version only, but it will run for a long time. So in this, you start a new project. The screen will be there. See, what is the difference between the Paint and Photoshop? Why people prefer Photoshop? Is that we can edit the photo, we can edit the images after it has been created. Okay, because the Photoshop will store the contents in layers. If you have an image and you have a logo, you have a title, every component will be stored as a layers. Okay, if you save it, the file will be saved in two formats. One is the software project format, another one is the format which you like, JPG, PNG or GIF. Okay, that JPG and PNG we are going to utilize in this in our e-content. If you want to change the content, you have to open the project file and change the content and then save it. Okay, this is the interface of the software. The people who are watching it through mobile, the menus will not be clear. Just watch it, and the webinar video will be available on YouTube in the Periyar College Arts and Science College channel. Then you can see it there using a system or laptop, so that the presentation will be clear. Here, you can insert image. I am choosing this one. Okay, this is a design of a certificate. You can select and you can drag to resize it. Okay, then this is layer. This is the layer here is mentioned here. Okay, this is the image layer. If you select it, the image layer will come here. And then again go to insert image. Insert image here, just you resize it, hold it here, and you have two layers now, two image layers. If you select this layer one by one, it will be selected, the image will be selected. Okay, then if you want to add text here, just click the text box in the top, just you click it, it will come, just you drag it and click inside the box, start typing. So it is, the text will be in black. Just you select it. Here the fonts text options will be given. Just you select the font, and this is the font color. Font color. If you click this font color, this font edit colors window will open. Okay, here the colors are listed, and this is the color picker. This will allow you to use the eyedropper to select the colors. Just click it and take it wherever you like. What color if I want a white color, simply click here. Or if I want a yellow color for the font, just click here. The color will come, and then give OK. So the color will be of text color will be of yellow. You can replay. You can change the position of the text. Okay. So we have three components here. One is three components. One is the image. That is the border image. Second layer is that flower. Third layer is the text image. So we have created a graphical photograph with three different components. One is the background image, one is the bouquet, and another one is the text. Now we have to save. When you save it, you see here, save as type drawpad project .drp file will be saved. So through which only you are going to edit the files in later. So first you have to save the project. I gave name PACC, save. So your project will be saved. Your project will be saved in the name of PACC. Now we have to, but you cannot use this the DRP software directly into your eContent. So you have to export it, save it as usable image file, for example JPG or PNG. Okay, then click use save as, go and change the drop down JPG image and save. Okay, here your PACC file is saved here. If you see this is the image what we have created using drawpad software. You cannot edit this image. You cannot edit this image. If you want to edit this image, you have to open this PACC drawpad project file. This will open. Again, you can, wherever you go, just you want to place the Cuddalore name in the second line, and you want to align this to a center. Just you select it, and this is the text options. The alignment is given, so center is centered. Then just you save the project file, DRP file, then save as JPG file, give the name PACC is already there. Just you save it, ask for replacement because already the same file name is there. If you give yes, the file will be saved. You go and see the Cuddalore name will be in the second line. So in this way, you can add any number of components in layers and save the project file as a DRP. After then save the file as the required format JPG or PNG. If you want to edit the file later, you can open the project file and select the layer and change the content and save it again. This is a simple way of creating and manipulating the headers and images. Is it clear, sir? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine. Okay. Then we are going to see how to edit, how to work with audio. For that, I'm using WavePad sound editor, which is also available in NCH's website. This is the WavePad sound editor what we are using. So in this, we are going to open an already existing one image audio file. For example, I am taking this national anthem file, which is loaded here. This is the national anthem. Just see in the bottom, the audio controls are here. Play, stop, record, forward, backward are there. If you play it, so this will there. Okay, this is the frequency level of the sound. If I want to remove first 15 seconds from this audio, we are going to manipulate it. So we can add voice into that. We can delete a particular portion from this audio file, or we can cut a particular portion of audio file and save the audio file into a new file. Okay, is it clear? We can add voices, add additional voices, our own voices to that audio file, or we can remove a particular portion of this audio portion from an audio file, or we can cut a particular portion, copy a particular portion and save it into a new file. Simple. See, I am going to keep the key cursor here and just drag it. This is the selected area. This is the selected area. I am going to cut it. I am going to cut it. So cut button is there. If you cut it, that audio will be removed. That portion of first 15 seconds audio will be removed from that file. If you play it, okay, like this. If I want to add this file to a new file, go to file, click a new and paste the cut portion which you have cut from the previous audio file. Just place the cursor here and play it. So that is that first 15 minutes file, first 25 minutes for 25 seconds I cut from the previous file and paste it in a new file. So the portion is removed from there and copied there. If you don't want to remove the file from the original file, just make copy. If you want to remove the file, remove the particular portion, you use cut. Okay. Now in this, after 20 seconds, at the end, I am going to record. So this is an example for audio editing software. So I added my own voice. Okay, we will play from here. So this is an example for audio editing software. Simple. You selected one song, you cut a particular portion from that audio file, you copy it in a new file, and you have added your own voice to that audio file. So if I want this my voice to be in the middle of the content, select it, cut it and place in the middle and paste it. So my voice, this is what I recorded from my own voice, it will be in the middle of the song. If you play it from here, so this is an example for audio editing software. Of that, so if you place your own recording in the middle of the file, that will be played like this. So in this way we can manipulate the audio, we can edit, we can expand, we can use your own voice in the audio files. Is it clear, ma'am? Is it clear? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. To some extent, it is clear, but till the time we don't do it ourselves, we won't know.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I am suggesting you a very simple software in which you don't need to write any coding and all. Everything is available there like a button. Cut, copy, paste is the common function what we do it in Word also. Simple, no? We used to copy, paste, you cut, delete. These are the common functions in all the editing softwares. In Word, you are editing the document. In this software, you are editing the audio and you are editing the images. Simple, you just work on it. It will be very simple for you. There's nothing difficult in learning this type of softwares. Okay. Next two demo involves video recording. Okay. Then you can save it. You can save it as any file name. The format, WAV format, MP3 format, whatever it may be, the format is given here, which is compatible. MP3 is a well-known format. Okay, it is compatible with any devices. PSCC. Okay, I am stored data PSCC. It will ask like this. Just give OK. Saving file. So I will go to the Anand software. The PSCC MP3 file is there. I am playing it. So this is an example for audio editing software. So simple. In this way, you can insert your own voice into a particular piece of music. You can cut from the original, you can create a new file and record your voice and copy and paste it in the middle. Simple. Okay. Next one, what we are going to see is OBS software. Open broadcast stream software, from which you can create a video with the images, with your slides in the foreground, your audio in the background. Also, you can place your face, your video, your speaking video in the any corner of the presentation. So this is the OBS studio. Yes, sir. Any clarification? Somebody is talking. Hello.
In the PowerPoint presentation, if I want to put my video in the beginning when I am speaking, then how do I put it? I have the video in Apple format, but my presentation is in the usual Windows format.
Okay.
So how do I?
That is what I'm asking. I asked earlier. The form, if you have in a specific Apple format that cannot be played in Windows, you can audio conversion softwares available in the store. That is Apple Store. You can download the video converter or audio converter software. You install it and load your video there and convert into MP4 or AVI format. These formats MP4 or AVI formats can be played in any platform of operating system.
Yes.
If it is in Windows, you can play it. Is in Linux, you can play it. Is in Mac, you can play. Generally, if you are using Apple phone, your operating system will be Mac OS, Macintosh. Okay, you check the extension of the video file. If it is MP4, just you transfer the video into a system or into another Android mobile. Better you use it, transfer to your laptop or system. From where you can insert your video into your PowerPoint presentation.
But it's not happening. So it is in some other format. So how do I convert to MP4?
Yeah, you search for the video converter software in Apple Store.
Video converter. Okay.
Video converter software in Apple Store. Definitely it will be there. It will convert into any format you require.
Oh, okay, sir. If there is an example of a software which I can download, let me know in future so that I can use that software.
As you go on, you go on search for it, ma'am. I will also say, because I don't use iPhones.
Okay.
I don't have it. I don't have it, and I will check for check in Google, because I use only Android phone, ma'am. I'm not rich enough to get an iPhone.
Okay, thank you very much.
You can search it, ma'am. Just Google it. You will be finding out the results for that.
I will do so.
So, will any questions in this? Okay, we will go for OBS Studio. Okay, are you seeing my presentation? Are you able to see my presentation?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to see my desktop? Okay.
Yes,
Now we are opening the OBS software. See, OBS software is open broadcasting stream software, which is available at free open source software available in the internet. You just Google it, OBS, and you can download it for free. It's fully licensed free software. Okay. This is the interface of this software. See, here you have to load images, not PowerPoint presentations. Okay. OBS software will not read presentations. It will read only images, audio, and video. For that, we have to convert our PowerPoint presentation into images. Okay. First, create your PowerPoint presentation. Create your PowerPoint presentation. Second, this will be. So this is my PowerPoint presentation, what you have seen. It consists of 20 slides. Okay, you go to there, give save as. In the save as type, you choose JPEG, file interchange format. JPEG file interchange format. If you click it and give save, it will ask, do you want to export every slide in the presentation or only the current slide? So for our video, we need to have all the presentation slides. So you click every slide. Then a folder will be created in the file name, e-content development. Each slide in your presentation has been saved a separate folder in the folder e-content development. Then click OK. Go to that file folder. See, e-content development folder is created. In all my slides has been created as a image. This is an image. Okay. In this way, very simply, you can convert your PowerPoint presentation into images. Now, the OBS software, we are going to load the images. See, this is our OBS software. Now, see here, this is the scene. Just leave it. We don't have any work on the scene. The sources. See what we are going to create. We are going to create a video with the images in our presentation images in the foreground and our speech in the background. And we want to place our video, our speaking video in the top of or any corner place or any place of the presentation. So we need to have, what are the sources of our video? One is images, another one is audio, another one is video. These three things are combined to make our video as a full one. So we have to add the sources. First, what we have to add? Audio input capture to record our audio. Okay, create one audio input capture to just give OK. So audio input capture is added. Then you have to add video capture device to record our face, our video. So create a new one, give OK. So video capture devices is added. Okay, and then what we want to add? The images, the presentation images, which will be in the foreground of our video. Just click this plus, add, and here image slideshow is there. Just you click it. It will create a new one. Yes, okay. Then it will ask for this. Here visibility behavior is okay. Slide mode is automatic is there. Every 10 seconds automatically the slide will pass on. But for a slide we will speak for 10 seconds. For another slide we will speak for 1 minute. So automatic sliding is not advisable. So change this from automatic to manual so that we can move the slides as per our requirement. Then just you drag down this bar. You will be asking for image files. We have to load all the files here. Click, press plus all files and locate image files, e-content development. So click here and select all by pressing Ctrl A. All the slides are selected. Then open. The slides from 1 to 20 are added here. Okay, if you give OK, this will be loaded here. Okay, then just you have to in this window, you have to place these contents in a proper manner in the center or in the scale to fit. Just you right click this module, go to transform, right click this module, go to transform and select fit to screen. You can check with all the options. So fit to screen will be fitting your slides in the screen perfectly. Okay, this is the one for preview. Just you push here, this display will come here.
வீடியோ வந்து அதில் ஷேர் ஆகிக்கலாம் வரல ஒரு நிமிஷம்.
1 second, sir.
இப்போ ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் போயிட்டுருக்குல்ல அதில் வந்து வீடியோ இருக்குல்ல இதை க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிடுங்க.
Presentation.
இதுதான் இருக்கு.
Okay, sir. Our presentation வரலாம்.
ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் வீடியோ வந்து இப்போ வந்து திருப்பி க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிட்டு வெளில வரலாம். அதை கிளிக் வெளியே வந்து முடியாது. வீடியோ கேப்சர் க்ளோஸ் பண்ணும். வெளியே வா திருப்பி திருப்பி வெளியே.
So this is our video. So we are placing, I'm placing this video in this corner. Anywhere, you can place it anywhere without disturbing the content of your presentation. You can place it anywhere. Okay. Now settings is here. In the right content, you have come to go. Settings is here. See, we have given that the image slide is not automatic, manual. For manual, we have to fix the hotkeys. What button for the next slide, what button for the previous slide, like that. Okay. For that, you go to settings, press hotkeys. In this general stream output is there, press the hotkeys and come down. There will be one slide show is there, image slide show. For play and pause, I will give up arrow. For restart, I will give R button. For stop, I will give down arrow. For the next slide, I will give right arrow. For the previous slide, I will give left arrow. Are you clear? Just we are fixing the hotkeys. Generally, in the navigation for we are using the 4 keys now. Right for next, left for previous, and up for play and pause, and down for stop. The same hotkeys I have applied here, and you just apply it. Simple. Now this, see here, start streaming, start recording options are there. Now after giving start recording, I am going to talk about the slides. Okay, I can play, I can go to the next slide, next slide, next slide, and I will speak. Everything will be recorded as a video in, and my video, my face in the top. Recording sir. Okay, so now I'm going to start the recording. Start recording. Okay. So the recording has started. You are viewing my PowerPoint slide, and in the top corner, my face, my talking video. So I am going to the next slide and explaining you about this webinar of e-content development. I am passing through the slides. I am talking. Everything is recorded. So in a similar manner, you can talk for every slide for any number of hours. Everything will be recorded. So at the end, after completing your speech on the contents, just give stop recording. I am going to give stop recording. We will see the video now. Okay, I have given stop recording. The video will be stored in your video folder. So this is the one what we have recorded now. I will play it. It is of 44 seconds that has been created. at 3:56. Okay, we'll play it. So the recording has started. You are viewing my PowerPoint slide, and in the top corner, my face, my talking video. So I'm going to the next slide and explaining you about this webinar of e-content development. I am passing through the slides. I am talking. Everything is recorded. So in a similar manner, we can talk for every slide for any number of hours. Everything will be recorded. So at the end, after completing your speech on the contents, just give stop recording. I am going to give stop recording. We will see the video now. Is it okay?
Okay, sir. It's very clear.
Is it clear?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's a simple way. See, you have created the PowerPoint presentation. You have created the PowerPoint presentation and converting it to the images, opening the OBS software. If you have a web camera, just add your video recorder, audio recorder, and load the images and start recording. Before that, you have to do some arrangements, placing the frames into a fit window and setting the hotkeys for images. If you can, if you give automatic every 10 seconds, the slide will automatically pass on. If you're able to deliver the content for every slide within 10 seconds, you can do it. But it is not possible because we have to talk a lot to explain the contents to the students. So in this way, you can create a video using OBS software. It's a very powerful, very useful, and you can do it live streaming also to YouTube. So we are using the OBS software in a very effective manner to live stream all of our webinars to YouTube. We are uploading to YouTube through the streaming process. And then final module is that how to record a video in a similar manner. What we have done in OBS is the presentation in the foreground, audio in the background, and we have added our video, our speaking video in the top of the presentation. In mobile, if you don't want the video to be added into your face, you don't want your face to be added to that video, you can simply use the mobile phone screen recorder option to record a video with your slides. So I have done it one. I have done a recording like that just half an hour before the commencement of this session. I will play that video now. You can see how it has been recorded. Before that, you have to go to the Play Store and install any of the screen recorder software. I recommend X Recorder software, which is available without advertisements. Hello. This is the example for creating a video. Hello. Now we are going to see how to create a video using screen recorder mode in the mobile with your presentation in the foreground and your voice in the background. First, we have to install X Recorder software from the Play Store. If you give X Recorder, it will be displayed. So screen recorder, X Recorder software has been installed in my mobile, and my presentation is stored in the cloud storage, Google Drive. So I will open my presentation now from the OneDrive, which I have stored there. This is my presentation. So for each and every presentation, I can pass my explanations that will be recorded in the background. You are seeing the slides in the foreground, my voice in the background. So in this way, you can
create a video. You can create a video. And explain it. After finishing up the contents, you just press
stop button to stop the video. This is simple way. You don't need to convert into the presentation into the images. You can load the audio, video like OBS. If you are using a desktop for video creation, you can use OBS software. It's a wonderful tool. Or you can, if you want to do it on mobile, just store the presentation in your mobile or in your SkyDrive. Just install the screen recorder software. First, start the software and then open the file and talk. Simply everything will be recorded and it will be stored in your directory, in your storage, mobile storage as a video file. So with this, we are coming to the end of the real-time demos. For presentation, for image manipulating or audio and creating video using mobile phones and through system. These are the 4 effective tools, basic tools which are sufficient to create a powerful e-content. Okay, we have tools, we have contents, and we have created. So what I want to give few suggestions for the e-content creators. When you are writing a content, don't use high vocabulary of English. Okay, write a simple language and don't write a lengthy sentence which will run for 1 paragraph. So don't write lengthy sentences. See, write small sentences. 1 second. Write small sentences, use very normal and general vocabulary. I am stopping my presentation now. Pin to Anand Balaji.
Video. Video
Presentation. So, presenting, we have seen how to present a content in a peaceful manner. Now we have to we have to formulate a simple way of writing. So use small sentences, use general vocabulary, don't use high vocabulary. Don't expect the students to carry a dictionary at any time. So the presentation of contents is very important. The quality of the simple language and general speaking like writing is very important for the students to understand the concept what you're explaining. So these are the few tips I want to give to you for effective e-content development. E-content development is not only creation and also the delivering the content to the students using the tools what we have discussed now. And I hope the session will serve your needs to some extent. So a lot of softwares are there to discuss, but I have taken few basic softwares which are effective and will be useful for creating a powerful e-content to the students. Any questions?
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, sir.
Sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So it will be nice if you can give it in the form of a PDF, whatever you taught today. So it will be easy for us to follow and follow up in our future.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Now, I didn't load much of the slides in my PowerPoint. Generally, I don't write everything on PowerPoint. I will write the hints and I will speak. So I plan to create a screenshot of every software for the presentation. But then I decide to show it on live so that you can see lively what is happening. So I'll do one thing. So I will prepare a screenshot of the softwares what we have discussed now, and okay. I will share with this. I will share that PDF with Dr. Geeta Madam, who is the organizer of this seminar. She will pass to you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
I have a question, sir. I am Rayapan from Periyar Arts College.
Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Basically, I am a visually challenged person, sir.
Okay.
Is there any chance of using all these technologies by people like me?
For this mobile software, that is, what is that? Screen recording software is useful, sir, because you know how many slides, you have created. For this, you don't use the presentation. As I said, for OBS software, as we are doing, you convert the slides into the images. Okay. You store the images in a folder. Start the screen recorder, open the folder. You know, when you tap once, the first slide will come. You talk with the first slide, then pass it on. Like that you can do. Or otherwise, we can find out, because the images and presentations are in photograph. Any content reading softwares will not read the images. For that, you can type the contents in Word, so that will be read by some narration softwares. Based on that, you can explain to the students. And I will find out any other better solution is there, and definitely I will suggest you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Any more questions, sir? Rajkumar, sir, thank you. Kavita, madam, thank you. So, any clarifications, any questions, participants?
Geeta ma'am.
Sir, shall I go for the vote of thanks?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. If there is any question, no more questions, you can proceed, ma'am.
Anand, sir.
Sir?
Sir, I have a question. You
Sir,
said
me,
the
sir.
X recorder is for mobile.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Is it available for the desktop?
Screen recorder, multiple screen recorder is available, sir. Now I have the X recorder is particularly is available from the Play Store.
Okay.
And if you Google it for screen recorder, so many screen recorders are available, sir.
Okay.
Available.
Okay.
Screen recorder is available.
Thank you, sir.
Enormous number of softwares available, sir. You have to check with that and do, so that's it.
Okay.
Very simple procedure only, sir. There is nothing tough on it.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir. OBS Studio.
Yeah.
Video editing software, sir. It is user-friendly software, sir.
Sure, sir. Sure. It's user-friendly only, sir. User-friendly only. Everything available on button. There is no need to write any coding and all, any script and all. Everything available as buttons. Just you go it. That will be showing what for that button is. Okay, you can add. You can in the sources you add the audio recorder, add the video recorder, and add the image slides. There, load the images and start recording. Simple, sir. Even you can find it in YouTube. The tutorial for OBS, plenty of videos are available, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Shall we go for vote of thanks? Kalimani, madam.
Yes, madam. Good evening to everyone. It is my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks to all who have helped us in making this webinar such a resounding success. First of all, on behalf of IQAC Periyar Arts College, I would like to propose hearty vote of thanks to our distinguished speaker, Mr. B. Anand sir, network engineer, Bharathasan University, for making excellent presentation on the topic e-content development and made this webinar interesting and meaningful by doing some simplified, beautiful demonstrations. We assure, sir, that we will develop e-content of our subject material in this lockdown period and will implement in our teaching methods in future. Thank you once again for sharing your valuable knowledge and this beautiful moment with us. Next, I would like to express our profound gratitude to our principal, Dr. R. Ulakiman, for her moral support and her presence in this webinar. Also, I would like to extend a special thanks to Dr. Geeta Ma'am, IQAC coordinator of Periyar Arts College, for organizing this webinar with great effort and for making this webinar a grand success. Then I must mention our deep sense of appreciation for all the members of IQAC and staff members of Computer Science Department for their kind cooperation in making this event successful. I also extend my thanks to Dr. Rajkumar sir for his enormous cooperation and suggestion in organizing this webinar. Finally, I would like to thank all the participants who have turned up not only from our college, but also from other states of our country for being with us this evening and interacting actively. Thank you all.
Once again, ma'am, I want to thank two more persons here from our university. One, Mr. Arogiraj sir, he is here. He is the web administrator of our university, who is the man behind this wonderful conduct of this webinar. He is web administrator and our event administrator here. He is in charge of this video conferencing facility here. He extended his full support to us. When I say to him that I have a session, you come here and we will make the arrangement and we will live stream it. So YouTube live streaming has been done by this gentleman, Mr. Arogiraj. I extend my wholehearted thanks to him. And another one, Deputy Controller of Examination. He is my immediate boss. He's Dr. Khalid Hassan. He is the Deputy Controller of Examination, who positively encouraged me to present it, and he allowed me to use this facility. He told me that don't use the laptop and all. You go to informatics center. We use the wonderful facility and all. He is the person behind the success of the show, who used to encourage me in all the times, in all my activities. I thank Dr. Khalid for this also. Thank you.
We also acknowledge him, sir.
Thank you.
Please give your feedback. In the chat box, it is available. The link is available.
Okay, ma'am. Shall I take leave, ma'am?
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you, participants.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Me for the past 90 minutes. The count did not go below 130. It was wonderful. Thank you very much for your support.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Hello, madam. Madam. Okay.
Hello, Kalaimani. Hello.
Madam.
Hello, கேக்குதுங்களா?
கேக்குது மேடம். பிரின்சிபல் பேசுறேன்.
சக்சஸ்ஃபுல்லா கண்டக்ட் பண்ணிட்டீங்க.
Thank you மேடம். Thank you.
சரி. அப்புறம் ஃபீட்பேக் எல்லாம் வந்துச்சுங்களா?
வந்துட்டு இருக்கு மேடம். அந்த ஃபார்ம் போட்டு எல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க.
ஓ.
Hello, madam.
Good
evening, madam.
Hello.
One of the participants பேசுறேன்.
சொல்லுங்க.
நல்லா இருந்துச்சு மேடம். நான் நாகப்பட்டினம் ஏடிஎம் காலேஜ் ஹிஸ்டரி டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் சார் பேசுனே கேட்டேன். நல்லா பண்ணாங்க சார். வண்டர்ஃபுல் செஷன் மேடம்.
ஏடிஎம் காலேஜ்ல நான் படிச்சேன்.
யாரு எப்ப படிச்சீங்க மேடம்?
ஹலோ ஹலோ
ஹலோ சொல்லுங்க.
1982 to 85.
ஓ 82. நான் 83 to 86 மேடம் அங்க.
ராஜேஸ்வரி மேடத்துக்கு
யார் ஃப்ரெண்டு சொல்லுங்க.
ராஜேஸ்வரி மேடம் பிரின்சிபலா இருந்தாங்கல்ல.
ஆமா ஆமா ஆமா. ஓகே.
அவங்க தான் படிச்சோம் ஹாஸ்டல்ல.
அப்படியா? நல்லா இருந்தது இன்னைக்கு செஷன். ரொம்ப நல்லா இருந்துச்சு மேடம். அப்புறம் மேடம் தேங்க்யூ மேடம்.
தேங்க்யூ மேம். தேங்க்யூ.
ஓகே வைக்கிறேன்.
கலைமணி மேம்.
சொல்லுங்க மேம்.
நான் ஆதிலட்சுமி பேசுறேன்.
ஓ ஆதிலட்சுமியா? நல்லா இருக்குதா?
உங்க ஓட்ட செமையா இருந்துச்சு மேம்.
தேங்க்யூ.
ஓகே.
பிரின்சிபல் மேம் பேசுறாங்க சொன்னாங்க, தெரியல.
மேடம் கலைமணி மேடம்.
சொல்லுங்க மேடம்.
நான் லீவ் பண்ணிட்டு அந்த டான்ஸ்கி மீட்டிங் போறேன்.
ஓகே மேடம். ஓகே.
எல்லாரும் லீவ் ஆனதும் நீங்க லீவ் ஆறீங்களா?
ஓகே. வாங்க மேடம். ஓகே மேடம். எல்லாரும் லீவ் ஆனதுக்கு அப்புறம் வாங்க.
ஓகே மேடம். தேங்க்யூ.
ஓகே மேடம்.
Kita